Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm here with an update for the Zodiac Panner Project Pan. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab, and it was created by Caena. I will have all the information listed down below for you to have all the details for this project. And basically what Caena did was took all of the astrology signs and assigned colors to all of them, and you're to pick products for each of the signs. A bunch of us got together and decided to do this eyeshadow style. So I said to myself, you are not good at doing your makeup a lot, and there's no way on earth you're going to be able to hit pan in all these shadows and then use other things as well. So I gave myself a very low goal of at least using these shadows 5 times. Now, we have a whole year, okay, and here's my palette. I'm going to pop a picture up as I start talking about the shades so that you up here so that you can see the different shades as I talk about them. But I knew I couldn't hit pan in them all. So I put a usage goal of 5 for each of them, which will be changed as the year goes on. I figure as I see how I do, I'm going to up the goals and continue to use the palette, even if I finish goals in the palette, if that makes sense. So if you'd like to see how I did this past month, then stay tuned. Okay, let me move over. I'm going, or scoochie, as Danielle Kanika says. I always think that's so cute. I'm going to put up a picture of the palette up here so that you can see what I'm talking about. For the first shade for Aries, that is a red shadow, and I am, let's see, let me do a swatch of it right here. Here is the swatch. I'm using the shade, I should write this down, Blood Moon from Terra Moon Cosmetics. Okay, and so far I've used this shade 1 time. Now you'll see if you remember last month I switched out a few of my shades because I wasn't happy with the ones I chose and I wanted to really enjoy the project. For Taurus, this is a pastel shade of pink, pale blue, and green, and I used a depotted shade from the Glam Light Miracle palette called Beautylicious. And here is a swatch of Beautylicious. It's so lovely. There it is swatched out right there. I have used that a total of 4 times. You're going to see which types of shadows are my favorite. So I've used that 4 times. Next up is for Gemini, and that is a yellow shade. And for that I chose this ColourPop shade that I depotted out of the So Very Lovely palette, and this is in the shade Braided. There is a swatch of it there. And there it is. Very, very, very pretty. And so far I've used that 3 times. For Cancer, I chose, the colors are Silvery Blue or Smoky Gray, and I chose this depotted shadow from Unique. It's from one of their Addiction palettes. And I have used this so far 3 times. There it is there. And there's a swatch, the Smoky Gray. Gosh, as I swatch these shadows, I'm like, they are so lovely. And I've used that 3 times. For Leo, the colors were orange or yellow, the colors of the sun. And I swapped out shadows, and I ended up putting in this Caena shade in Aries. So here's my orange / yellow, because it does shift yellow and orange. And here is, and it swatches pink too. So there you see you can see the flip. See, it's like gold, and then it goes to like pinky. So there is Aries right there. And so far, I have not used that at all. But I did, like I said, I just swapped it out last month for another shade. The next shadow is a depotted shadow from my Lorac Chocolate Box palette, and this is in the shade Chocolate Drop. And let me move my Fitbit up a little bit more. There is a swatch of it right there. That is such a creamy shadow. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it applies beautifully on the eyes. And I've already used that 5 times. So I'm going to talk about that toward the end of the video, but I've already used that 5 times. Next up is another depotted shade from my Glamlight Miracle palette. And this is the shade Angelic. So pretty. And there is a swatch of that right there. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is for Libra, and that's a pink, pale green, and various shades of blue. So I chose that pink shade, and I have used that 5 times as well. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about it yet though. Next up for Scorpio, the colors were Deep Red and Maroon. So I chose this shadow that was a mineral pigment that I pressed into a pan, and this is from Unique, and this was in the shade Heartbroken. And I really like this shade as well. There is a swatch of Heartbroken, and I have used that 3 times. So that is still going to be in the rotation. For, let's see, Sagittarius, that is a rich purple and dark blue, and this is one that I put in for this. It's like a rich purple, but then it flips to blue. This is gorgeous, and this is the Terra Moon shade Fortune Teller. So here's a flip. It's got like, oh, it's like bronzes too. It's gorgeous. But I've only used this color once. In fact, this one I didn't use at all. But as far as like blues or whatever, for the shades that were in this project, I've used it once. So I'm excited to get some more use out of that. And then for Capricorn, the color was Subdued Dark Green, Gray, Black, and Brown. So I chose this deeper gray, darker gray. This is a Unique shadow, but it's subdued, right? It's dark, but it's subdued. It's not so in your face. This is more of like a topper, I think, or, you know, definitely a lid shade. And that is from, like I said, a Unique Addiction palette, and it's been used 2 times. I didn't use it at all this month. For Aquarius, the colors were Electric Blue and Turquoise, so I chose this shade. It's a Terra Moon Shadow and Moon Lily, and it does pull blue and like it kind of shifts, but it's a really pretty, I don't know if it's electric blue, but it's a brighter blue, which is why I chose it. I don't really have electric blues, but I did pull out a shadow I had in because I didn't like it, and I knew I really wouldn't want to use it because I wanted to try to, you know, pull in shadows that I knew I would want to use. And then last but not least for Pisces, the shade that we had to choose was a sea green, and I chose this Terra Moon shadow in Galactic Mint. So pretty. So there's the pan, and here is the shade. I would think this is more like a soft sea green. This is considered sea green to me. So there is that. So I have hit my goal, right? My soft goal, because I said I would be willing to change the goals in this project. So that's why I'm calling it a soft goal. I've hit my goal of 5 times. So what I'm going to do with the 2 shadows that I hit goal in is I'm just going to kind of put them aside for right now. And that is this Lorac Brown shade and the pinky shade. Okay, so the one in the top and the bottom. So I'm not going to use those at all this next month, and I'm going to focus in on the other shades and see what I can do with those, because I kind of gravitate toward that brown and the pink because it all goes together in my mind. So yeah, I'm going to wait and see, and then I might wait until the whole palette reaches its 5 times goal and then up my goal so that I'm able to use other shadows in my collection. And that was the whole reason why I put my goal so low anyway. Let me move over again so I'm in the middle of the frame. And that way I'm not upping the goal and then ignoring other shadows, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's my thought. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked me, please consider subscribing. Oh, and here's the whole palette there swatched. And I'll put the picture here somewhere so that you can see it all swatched. But it really would be like this, wouldn't it? Anyway, maybe I won't put the palette up then because that's kind of confusing. Whatever, I'm just like talking. I hope you, let's see, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss my other notifications, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. I will talk to you soon. Bye.